here's a recipe using a piece of machinery which we've had in the restaurant for about 8 years. Of all the bits of kit I've bought, all the Thermomixes, all the packer jets, all the slicing machines, all the blast chillers, I could go on forever. I reckon that guy there has been one of the best investments. It's a pasta extruder. I love pasta. Pasta is a flavour vehicle. It's a crowd pleaser. It's deeply satisfying as a plate of food to eat when cooked properly. So we make raviolis, we make handmade little farfallini pasta, but we also make extruded pasta, and it's always been on the menu at Trinity. I love it. In fact, during lockdown, I took it home and had it at home, which is why I needed to go running quite a lot. But that's a great machine, and this is how we use a pasta extruder. If you're in a restaurant, in a pub, in a catering hospitality industry, and you're considering getting one of these, I think they're bang for buck, a bargain actually. This is how we do it, and I thought it'd be quite nice for people out there that don't know how to use them to understand how to use them. So this is how we do it. It's got a very simple, this is, by the way, this is 8 years old, it's never gone wrong, but it is a bit like me. It's had wear and tear. So just bear that in mind. This machine has extruded over a ton of pasta. So it's kind of done its trade. But basically on the front here, you've got the dies. And the dies, basically, you buy these separately. They're about 50 euros or whatever. They go into here like this. And then that screws on the front. That then gets screwed on the front, like so. Up nice and tight. And then I use this flour. I never don't use this flour. I think this 00 flour, which basically 00 is the fineness of the sieve that's used to sieve that flour and get its fineness. So it has a very high gluten content, which is going to give that pasta strength and the gluten strength to make lovely pasta. So this recipe is based on 1 kilo of pasta. So we always know that there's 1 kilo in here. All the bolts are tightened up. That's quite important before you start, because once you put the flour in, you can't really take it out. Not very nicely anyway. On it goes, and then we want to knead the pasta. It's a bit noisy, so I'm going to have to talk over the machine, but let it run for a moment. In this jug here is 225 grams of egg yolk. We use rich egg yolks from Sanu or Cackle Bean, and 195 grams of water. So really very accurate and exact recipe for that. And all we need to do, once that's moving, we just pour that through the gap at the top there and add it in and let that incorporate into the flour. Let it knead for about 5 minutes, and then we start extruding. Very user friendly. So this is hand cut stracciatella. We use this shape probably the most. I just like the way it holds the pasta sauce, whatever we're doing with it. And the only problem with it is you need to stand here and hand cut the pasta to the size you want. You can get machines that go over the top and cut them for you, but we just don't make enough to warrant that really. We make probably a couple of kilos a day. But I love this piece of kit. It makes beautiful fresh pasta that you can just keep and store dried. We make it in bulk, we store it, we freeze it happily. It's a really lovely thing, and it gives you a fresh pasta texture. And also, you have to remember, most dried pasta doesn't have any egg in it. So this has got eggs in it. It's rich, it's delicious, it's luxurious, and that's a really nice thing. So there you go. That's how we use our extruded pasta at Trinity. Okay. This recipe is one of my favourite ever pasta dishes. This is a red mullet pasta with orange and perno and saffron and chilli and fennel. Except I'm not making it with red mullet, because I used my red mullet earlier for another dish. I'm using Seabass, diced up Seabass. In here is really good olive oil. In there is a pan of water with a little bit of salt just to cook my pasta. Start just like that. Follow the recipe in the comments below, and you'll see this diced sea bass, skin on, hot olive oil, in it goes. My daughter makes this for me every now and then, once a week or so. She'll make this little dish for me, and she makes it with so much love and care that I just fell in love with the dish, and I thought I'd show you. She's going to hate me on this one because it's sea bass, but I absolutely love it. We've got a few things to show you on this one. Bit of diced fennel. We've got some chilli, chopped red chilli, very fine. I didn't do that. Saffron, orange juice, chopped shallot, could be onion, not a problem. We've got some good old perno, could be pastis. And then over here, we've got a star anise or two and a few fennel seeds. Simple as that. But this stage here now, we want to go in with a few of the fennel seeds. And don't forget that pan of water next to me is boiling. My extruded stracciapreti is right there, and there's a timing issue. I need to know when I'm ready to add the pasta to the water there. That takes 5 minutes, and we know when we're 5 minutes out here. So there's a bit of a tossing up to do. That's one star anise gone in there, very important. In here goes some salt. I don't want to be putting seasoning in that at the end. Lots of black pepper. Now I want that frying going on. I'm trying to get rid of the water out of the sea bass. I'm trying to keep that moving really fast at all times. Okay, just hold off. You need to wait till you see the whites of their eyes. It'll stick, and that's okay. I'm all right with that. You're almost creating like my red mullet vinaigrette. Let it cook, and you see it slows down because the water comes out of the fish. Keep that temperature high. Okay, at this stage I'm now going to add in the saffron. I'm going to go in with the chilli. Get that cooking into it. I want that heat in it. This is the sort of dish that I like to cook on holiday. I'll cook this dish. In can go my little orange peel. They're going to come out at the end. In with the fennel and the shallot. I don't want this to start boiling, so I need to keep the temperature up. Okay, in goes the shallot after the fennel. And just really important to keep the temperature up, even though it feels like it might be a little bit fierce. We basically want to get all this cooked together, and don't worry about it sticking to the bottom of the pan. That's not going to be a problem, and I'm not worried about that at all. In fact, I almost want those little gnarly bits that caramelise on the bottom of the pan. Speaking of pans, do you like the pans? These are my new little pans I'm playing around with. Hope you like them. Let us know in the comments. And while you're there, I'm going to ask you very politely, I don't want much from you. I'll keep doing this because I really enjoy it. Do like and subscribe because it helps us, helps the channel, keeps it moving, and we appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to deglaze. Orange juice first. Get that moving nicely. What I love about these pans is the heat doesn't penetrate through the handles, which is really nice. They don't get hot. I can still hold the handles while the pan's raging. Okay, now into that is going to go a bit of perno. We want that kind of really lovely aniseedy alcohol depth going on there. That's really lovely. Get that in there, and if you turn the heat off now completely, what's going to happen is that moisture that's in the pan right now will evaporate nicely, but it'll also lift off all that gnarly caramelization on the bottom. So it's a kind of a bit of a trickery process there. Let that just happen for a second, and then we'll come back into it. In there. It takes about 5 minutes, this extruded stuff. 4 minutes, not too long. Pop it in, give it a little mix. I always like to put a little bit of olive oil in the water when I'm cooking pasta. I don't really know why, I always did. I just think it helps to kind of stop the pasta sticking, give it a bit of flavour, take the temperature of the water up. I don't know, I've always done it, I always like it. Don't at me, I don't care. You do you, but I like it like that. So anyway, let's give this a couple of minutes. Back over to my lovely Seabass dish here, because I've left that alone now, let it cool down. What's really important is all that gnarly stuff on the bottom will just ease itself off now. All that needs now is our lovely pasta, our pasta water to get an emulsion going on, and it needs some nice freshly chopped parsley. In that goes. Yeah, and we're sort of transferring across all that starchy water and then add the pasta back in. And I'm okay that the pasta's like 30 seconds away from being cooked. That's all right, because I want to continue the cooking of that pasta inside my dish here. Now I think it's time to get rid of our little orange and our star anise. No one wants to chow down on a whole star anise. That's got to come out. Just look at those colours, absolutely delicious. I'm going to add a tiny bit more of that pasta water. I'm going to hit this pretty hard with some olive oil. I'm really happy with that. Going nowhere near this with Parmesan. Just olive oil and a nice fork to garnish. Let's try. Well, it's absolutely magic. And it's a dish that makes me think of home, makes me think of my daughter. The fishiness is there and it's polite, it's not aggressive, it's not overpowering. There's an unctuousness with the starchiness of the pasta mixed with all the juices from the fish that I just think is magical. That's wonderful. Let's just get that on a plate. That is my stracciatella pasta with Seabass, fennel, orange, saffron, chilli, and lovely perno. Let's give that a go. You should try that, sir. Have you tried that? It's absolutely beautiful. I just feel, it's got so much going on. It's wonderful. You will love that. Severio. Come, my love.
You can't say that.
Try my dolce. Too fishy? No? Good, no?
It's a saffron, the Seabass,
Yeah.
and what else? Chili?
Yeah. Stracciatella. You're Italian. What do you think? You can tell me it's fine. I want
Nice.
Huh? It's nice. Yeah. What would your family say if I served that? If I went to Italy and I cooked that, what would your family say?
The people will love it.
Get on a plane and off.
In
The
Italian,
people-
what they say?
Buono.
Buono. That's the best compliment he's ever paid me.
You know how to cook, no?
He knows how to cook.
So when are we going to open a tree in Italy?
I think actually it's better with red mullet.
It is better.
My daughter's right. It's better with red mullet, which is flipping annoying.